pay for access to on Zoom to teach these classes for free. So it's a wealth of great information, so don't miss those. Rebecca?
I'm here.
Good morning. All right, we're going to stop. So you can then share your screen and I'll let you do your info. Welcome to KW North Gwinnett, and we're thrilled to have you.
Thanks so much. I will share my screen then. And just because I can see the back of your heads, how many people are about in the room?
I don't know, 30, 25, 30.
Awesome. Okay. So hi, 30 of y'all. I am thrilled to be here today. Sarah asked me to join you, and I am not far. I'm from Charlotte. I live in the Charlotte metro area, and wished I could be there in person with y'all, but I just got back from Hawaii. And so my family needs me here. So can you see the screen?
Yes.
Excellent. Oh, there you all are. Hi, friends.
Hello.
Okay, awesome. So because I'm not here with you, and I am typically a very animated trainer, I get energy off of y'all, and I'll make this really fun and interactive. And I trust if you have questions, or if you want me to have, if we want to have a clarity conversation, please feel free to just shout it out, because I don't think I'll be able to see your hands. Anyone that's not in the room and on my screen, I will be able to see you. So if you have a question, feel free to take yourself off mute, and then we can navigate those additional questions. So who here thinks they know what we're going to be talking about today?
A few of us. With your business. Yeah.
Awesome. Have a relationship with your business. So we serve 84% of our business comes straight out of our database. And we're going to teach you the systems around that. I love starting off classes with books. And if anyone knows anything about me, if you ever come visit our physical office here in the Fort Mill area, I have an entire wall of books. And this is my favorite line from Shift, which is, real estate is a cyclical business. I just heard y'all in your meeting talk about how the market is so wonky. It's like you list a house and you get 17 offers, or you list a house perfectly priced right and it's crickets for months. Mm-hmm. It kind of feels like 2016. I started in real estate in 2015, and 2016 felt very busy for me. And so if there's a whole bunch of people that are maybe newer to the business, it may have felt like we were chickens with our heads cut off for the last 4 years. And now we're back in that shifting market where we know that there are going to be less homes for sale this year. We're already seeing, Lennar put out a report yesterday that although they were offering massive incentives, they have built and closed more homes this year than they did last year, because they're incentivizing our buyers. Who has worked with Lennar or a new construction builder and feels that is the case?
Yeah, a few in here, yeah.
So I feel like a lot of our buyers in our market, unless they go under contract with new construction, they are not winning. How do y'all feel about that? They're getting lower interest rates, perhaps. Maybe they're getting a $500,000 house that last year would have been $600,000 because they were going in multiple bids, right? So with listing inventory scarce and buyer hesitation high, relationships are paramount to stay in business. These two slides, you guys may have seen them before. They're straight from KWRI. They were shared at Family Reunion this year. And again, we know inventory is down. There's just going to be less houses to sell. But the great news is, I'm sure you guys have market share, and it's going to be sold by you.
Yes, it is.
Yes. So you guys are going to see these are actual pictures of our clients and our team. And so relationship, what is a relationship? It's the way in which two or more concepts, objects, or people are connected, or the state of being connected. I am a high DC personality on the disc. Do you guys know what the disc is?
Yes.
Great. I love that. So a high D is someone who's assertive, can make great decisions fast, but a C is an analytical, needs facts in order to make that decision. And I hire people who are high I's and high S's so that the entire business is cohesive, so that our clients don't just have someone like me who's a little assertive and perhaps does not engage or want to be outgoing with them very often. And so we have this collective of people in our organization who makes their experiences better. So who's in the audience? Are you an explorer? Are you here to just understand what your options are for the future of your career? Show your hand. Okay. Are you an implementer? Are you ready to put a plan together and earn referrals for a sustainable business? Who's this? Oh, great. I see more hands. Okay. And then who's the empire builder? You want to learn how to grow your business through relationships like we are. All right. Cool. Is there anyone else in the room? Okay. So you get to decide. We're going to take, for the sake of time, I'm going to give you like a minute to do this. And I would love for you to go back if you don't have like the thoughts in your mind, but take a minute to write down what kind of relationship you want to have with your clients. How will you feel? How will they feel? And what value do you provide them? You can write down a word, a statement. 30 more seconds. Again, revisit this question often. We have this conversation every single October during our vision planning meeting. All right. Does anyone want to share what they wrote down?
Y'all are really quiet today.
You're like, she's on the screen. She wasn't ever going to ask me any questions.
She can't tell from the back of my head who I really am, so it doesn't matter.
No one's going to share?
Y'all.
I will.
Okay, thank you. Go, Lois.
I wrote down two things. The first thing I wrote down was effective communicator, and second one was available.
Awesome. I love that. Are you going to be available 24/7?
No, she's not.
Like not 24/7, but maybe 24/5.
All right. Well, I love that. And I would challenge you to get super clear, because eventually we're going to go over who your people are. And I don't know if the room has taken bold before. I trust someone has. Yes. So I've taken bold 9 times. And the first thing I learned was time blocking. And I have on my my phone, my voicemail, and I encourage all of my teammates to do the same thing, that says between the hours of 8:30 and 10:30 a.m., I am prospecting for buyers for my sellers' homes and sellers for my buyers. And if you are calling during that time, I will call you back after my lead generation time. If you're calling Monday through Friday after 7 p.m., I am on an appointment with my family, and I trust I am able to call you back the next day. And so I'm very super clear about my time block, and my clients love that I spend time and appropriate time with the people that are important to me,
Well, and
including them.
yeah, that's the expectation.
Right? So love that. Availability is important, and get super clear about the expectations so that your clients don't take advantage of you. Okay. So who has heard about the 6 personal perspectives?
Yes. Everybody.
Awesome. All right. So we're going to learn about them in less than 5 minutes today. Here they are. So step 1, commit to self-mastery. Step 2, commit to the 80-20 principle. Who knows what that is? Just shout it out. So 80% of the activities will be done by 20% of the people, or 80% of the results will be done by 20% effort. It's 80-20, okay? Move from E to P. What does that mean?
Entrepreneurial to purposeful.
Awesome. We're going to learn about that in a second. Make being learning based the foundation of your action plan is step 4. Step 5, remove your limiting beliefs. And step 6 is be accountable. So what do you think is the most important for a relationship-based business? Which step of what we just learned?
All of them.
They're all important, yes. However, there's one that we're going to specifically talk about. Step 3.
E
E to P. So when we're moving from entrepreneurial to purposeful, what does that mean to you related to relationship building? Mindset, people, and systems. So when we talk about, and most classes that you're going to take at Keller Williams or in Keller Williams world starts with mindset. It's that whole be, do, achieve, be, do, have, be, do, from bold. It's that whole thing is that when Gary is talking to a room of people, Gary Keller, he starts with mindset. And that's where we're going to start today too. And so if you don't believe in your own value, you will not be able to help your clients during a volatile market. The first thing to ask yourself before hopping on any call is, am I delivering $1 million experience to them? Is what I am sharing of value to them? So forgive me because I don't know everybody's name in the room. However, you who shared what you wrote down, that first statement, this is part of that, right? So is what I am sharing of value to them? And that the first person to convince that you are worth it is yourself. So write down an affirmation. Again, we'll take a minute to do this. And if you don't have time to do this, then come revisit it. But write down your affirmation that you will say to yourself. And don't forget, I'm going to ask someone to share. "30 seconds. Mine is, I am delivering raving fan experiences and I am ready to serve. Who wants to share? Just shout it out.
I have mine's a combo, so I'm gonna put an and in between it.
Great.
Can you hear me? I'm worth being your realtor, and I will make a difference in how you perceive realtors.
Yay.
Good job, Sandy.
Anyone else?
Every day I add value to the lives of those I encounter.
Yes, you do. Yes. Love it. So the second is people. When you're building relationships, it's not about a return on investment right this second. We are very much I want it now and I want it all kind of community. And so think about the long term. With lead generation, you might be tempted to have a sense of urgency, and the people you're building relationships with will feel any inauthentic energy you're putting out. Being there for your client today, a month from now, 4 months from now, and 10 months from now has value. Generally, about 80% of people convert between the 8th and 10th contact. Make that first phone call today and reap the benefits 8 months from now. How does that make you guys feel?
Good.
Good. I'm not a patient person just by nature. I told you I'm a DC. And so I have to remind myself that they will work with me. And they will be excited to do so. And so here's an exercise. We're going to do 2 minutes, not just one, and create a list of 10 people. And it's okay if you don't get to 10 because we have less time than typically. But create a list of 10 people who love you, can support, you can support their passions, business, and you think they will refer you. So 2 minutes. Did anyone get to 10?
Yes.
Did anyone in the room, a newer agent, like less than 3 months in the business?
Yes.
Awesome.
One day.
One day. That's exciting.
Morning with his certificate he got yesterday. So literally he's like official one day, 24
Oh,
hours.
I love that. So congratulations. This is going to really launch your business.
Oh yeah.
So how many people were you able to write down?
Well, I just moved here too, so. But I wrote down, I think about 12.
You wrote down 12 people?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So.
All right. So how are you going? So choose somebody on that list. How are you going to support their business or their passions?
Volunteering at some other events that they throw.
Awesome. Have they already connected you to someone that they know that is like them, that is looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate?
A little bit. I mean, within the couple hours. No. Yeah, I've talked to him about it. And even my friend said that he'd like to use me for real estate in his company. So, in general. So,
Awesome. By when?
I had to first pass my test, so maybe next week.
Awesome. Great. So these are all questions, as you guys can hear. The person who asks the most questions wins the conversation. However, did it feel like I wanted to get to know a little bit more about you?
Yes.
So when you're asking questions about them and their timelines and their goals and their plans, you are advising, right? You're able to create a conversation and then also be able to follow up with them because you're asking them great questions with timelines. And so it makes them feel important, but also you get to write these timelines, these plans into your client relationship manager, if that's Command or whatever system you're using. And then you follow up with them because the fortune's in the follow-up, right? I love this. Thank you for playing.
He's like, I'm never coming to team meeting again.
Like, yeah.
Well, so again, like first day in the new career, here are some great scripts to connect with all 12 of those people. Did anyone just write one name down? And it's okay, I'm not trying to call you out. I won't call you out. But did anyone weren't able to think of someone? No, because we're all real estate agents and we know lots of people, right? But so if for some reason someone wasn't able to think of someone, or maybe only 2 or 3 people came to mind, these are great scripts. And I call them sales conversations, just like our bold instructors do, because they're me, right? They may start as a script. However, I adapt the conversation to be more like how I actually have conversations with people. So these are great text messages, great phone call conversations. It's totally up to you, whatever your style is. So, hi, X. Hey, Tim. I'm working on my business goals for 2024, and I started thinking about you, and I'm curious, have you created any goals that I might be able to help support you in achieving? Super easy breezy, kind of catches some people off guard, but everybody responds. Here's another one. Hi, Susie. What are you currently working on that I might be able to support you in? And then the final. Hey, Sally. Would it be of value to you for me to share the list of all of my favorite vendor relationships? I'm building one for my clients, and I have been vetting some handyman, painters, and steam cleaning companies. Let me know. Everybody responds back to that because pretty much every relationship or every person who owns a home is looking to do some sort of project at any time. And if you don't get a response from them, that's okay. Maybe they're busy. Have you ever had a scenario where a doctor's office or a financial advisor or any of those pesky vendors who want to get on your calendar, they just keep calling and calling and calling? And you're like, oh, I need to call that person back. Have you ever felt like that before? Yeah. And so that's how your people, everyone that you're trying to communicate with, is also thinking. Because if they didn't want to talk to you, they would just say stop. And you're not annoying them. They just are busy. Okay? Are these helpful?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, so the final topic is systems. So number 1, build a database and scrub it. Do you know what that means?
We're doing that today.
Awesome.
I'm making it too.
Okay, so scrubbing it means if your database does not have a name, first and last name, phone number, email address, and mailing address, then it is crud. It is not worthy of going into your amazing database. Okay. So if you don't have some of those 4 things, then guess what? Whatever mode of contact you do have, you get to communicate with them that way and just say, hey, I would love to stay in touch with you and send you items of value throughout the year. Can I just have your email address or your mailing address or whatever you're missing? And oh, by the way, I send out goodies all year long and I want to make sure you get them. And we know from reading the MREA, the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, the Red Book, that when we have the 4 ways to communicate with them, and we communicate with them 36 times per year or more, we will convert 7 to 10% of that business. So if you have 200 contacts in your database and you communicate with them, how many transactions will you likely have? Our mathematicians. Somewhere between 17 to 20, right? Whose lives would change if you served 17 families this year? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it would change mine. So commit to 200 at a minimum and then grow it as fast as you can. Tag it. Not everyone should be marketed to the same way.
Say that again for the people in the back.
Tag it. Not everyone is marketed to the same way. If you have a puppy event and I do not like dogs, please don't invite me to your puppy event. I love you, but I don't need to come, right? If you are a young professional, please don't invite me to the empty nester investing in a reverse mortgage conversation, right? So not everyone should be marketed to the same way. Core advocates versus allied resources. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And then DTD2. Who knows what DTD2 is? Great. Awesome. Most of the room. And then your 36 touch. So scrubbing it, we've already talked about this. Here is something important though. Ask your database questions like these. What is the one gift you always wanted but have never received? Ask yourself that question too. Where is your favorite restaurant? And if you could buy anything for $25, what would it be? This is an amazing way to get curated gifts and experiences for your very important clients. Again, if I am an athletic person and you give me a closing gift of, I don't know, like Krispy Kreme, my kids may enjoy that, but I won't. I'll be like, oh, thanks. Do things that are curated to your people, and they will send you abundance back.
Show me, you know me.
Exactly. I love that. Show me, you know me. So here's the tag it. Not everyone should be marketed to the same. Some good tags are, so this is one of my former clients. This is a command profile. We have in here our farm tagged. I'll show you in a second why that's important to me. But we have the DTD2 tag of T&J and Regal Manor Neighborhood. What are some other tags that you think would be important to your clients?
ECSOI,
Yes?
potential buyer, potential
So
to buy or sell.
I love that. And everybody, hear this really loud and clear. Everybody needs to go and figure out what the rent versus ownership rate in your area that you serve is. You can just Google it. In our area, 64% of people own their home. The rest are renters. So assuming that everyone in your database is whatever percentage. So if we are marketing to renters as if they are sellers, that's a missed opportunity. That is total junk. So we need to make sure that we have renters tagged appropriately. And the way to figure that out is to ask them if they own the home, if you're unsure. And so then you get to invite them to first-time home buyer experiences. And you are able to coach them into home ownership versus renting. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So again, be very, very clear and careful about your database and making sure that you're not putting junk into it, because then that's what will return. The other great thing is treat everyone the same, because your $75,000 mobile home buyer will likely refer you to the kings and queens of the $1 million market. I don't know. I'm assuming you guys have the same price point as we do, which is like average sales price $380.
No, our average sales price last month was $520.
Okay, well, congratulations. So maybe $75,000.
Yeah.
So, look at it that way where, choose who your niche is, but also know that if you don't treat the mobiles to mansions the same as far as your experiences go, then you're missing out on future referrals. Okay. So core advocates versus allied resource. Before I show you, who knows the difference? Okay. So core advocates are the people who you wrote down. Those are people who love you, trust you, refer you, and you probably have between 10 to 20 of them, and that's it. So my parents are not on my core advocate list. I love them, but they don't refer me. And they live right down the street from me. And so, that, again, I love them. They're invited to experiences, but they're not invited to my VIP experiences because they just don't refer us. And it's because they don't know how to. And perhaps maybe they're not out and about and are in contact with enough people. And that's okay. So core advocates are people that every single time you're in bold and you're like, I'm in a contest and I need, 10 people today. And you know exactly who to call, who's going to connect you to someone. Those are your core advocates. And I have 15 core advocates that give us 4 pieces of business annually. What's 4 times 15? 80? Did I do that math right? No. Now I'm going to pull up my calculator.
60.
60. Great. Thank you. 60 pieces of business that I know every single year are going to come straight from those people. And I love them. And they love us. And we treat them like royalty in our company. Do y'all understand what we mean by core advocates now?
Yep.
Awesome. So allied resources, they are your vendor partners.
Right.
So treat them the same yet differently. They need to be tagged differently, and you need to create experiences around them, supporting them, and it's very much a networking opportunity. So I loved, and I actually took a picture of your vendor list that you promote the vendor list on your slides.
Oh, yeah.
Love that. Total missed opportunity for our market center and our team that we do not promote our preferred vendors on a monthly basis. Why not? They promote us all the time. They connect us to people. So I love that you guys are doing that. And that's something we learned from you and we're going to implement at a higher level.
Oh, great.
Thank you. So this lead generation model is in the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book on page 137. I love teaching this model because your allied resources one-on-one and your MET group should be absolutely differently marketed to than the general public and your target group of haven't met people. They should not be in your database until you have earned the opportunity to work with them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so the secret is in the math. The people you have met go on the 8x8, which is 8 touches in 8 weeks. It is quick, it's fast. And then they move into the 33 touch, which is now the 36 touch, and I'll show you why. And that will give you a 12-to-2 ratio. Why? What's the 12-to-2 mean? Because it's not 6. So for every 12 people, you'll get 2 referrals. One will become a buyer or a seller, and the other one will become a referral out to somewhere else, which we're in one of the only businesses that earns referral income. And then the people you haven't met is 12 direct touches for 12 months. So consistently communicate with them month over month over month. And then that is 50 contacts to 1 piece of business. I don't know about you, but I'd rather communicate with people that know me.
All day.
Right? So the 12-to-2 ratio is excellent. So if this lead generation game, if you have 1,920 people in your database, it will net you 320 sales per year if you just communicate with people that you know. If you have 16,000 people that you don't know, so let's say you just dump an unscrubbed database list into your command, it will take you so much more time to scrub that list and communicate with them to turn it into 320 sales. Okay. This is DTD2. Most of the room knew what this is. Real quick, it's separating your database into quarterly contacts. So for 13 weeks, you're going to just separate so that there's no call bias. And you're communicating with people who have the last name A and W, B and E, and so on and so forth. This is separated because most people have the last name W and very little have A. Same thing. Lots have B, very little E. So it just separates it so that you're not overwhelmed with multiple calls. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Then the N, the S, the P, the T, that's people that you text. So not only are you calling A's and W's, but you're texting the N's that same week. And then that allows you to get through your entire database of names every single quarter, because we should be communicating with our database quarterly. So this is straight from Dave Hook's plan from Mega Agent Camp last year. And you can go on any of the slides from Mega Agent Camp. I think even if you weren't there, the playbooks are out on the Connect site. And so you have 36 emails, 4 items of value, 12 direct mail pieces, 4 client appreciation events, and a quarterly call. This is a successful 36 touch. And this is the exact way that Cullen and Company communicates with their database. And so we just implemented this exact model years ago, but this model is even better. So we've implemented it. So if you don't know what to say, make sure that you keep it personal and you keep it local. So you can hop on Facebook, you can hop on anything when you're doing your DTD 2 touches, and you can just see what they're up to. Like, it's kind of stalking, but at least you're making it personal. And then make sure you're putting MOFRs, which is make offer for immediate response, to everybody. So, hey, I'm offering comparative market analysis today. I'm actually working on something in your neighborhood. Would it be of value to you for me to send one to you as well? Or go back to that vendor. Hey, I'm building out my vendor list. Would you like a copy of it when I'm finished? Right? Client appreciation events. So if you're a newer agent and you don't have a team and your team is you, then partner up with some of your friends or, your backpack event. I don't know if clients are invited, but that might be a really great bucket fill for some of your people.
Yes, it's for everybody. They can all invite their database if they want to.
I love that. That was another picture that I snapped, and I was like, oh, that's amazing. We do a supply drive every single year. What if we just invited all of our clients and our friends to the office and did did backpack fills with them? That's a new appreciation event that we just created, again, because of you guys. Yay. So the care calls, these are conversation examples. Who do you know in the community that has an urgent need who we can serve financially? Oftentimes agents get into the business because they want financial freedom. Well, guess what? Financial freedom also includes taxes, and an incredible way to give back to your community is for every closing, you're giving back $100 or $150. Maybe it's going to be through this where someone has an urgent need. Like, snap a photo of this if you don't know what to say to people. So, hey, brand new agent, one day in the business, what's your name?
Andrew.
Andrea, awesome. So, hey, Tim, it's Andrew over here at real estate team at KW North Gwinnett. So say your name if you're not with a team, right? Just doing my quarterly check-in on your home ownership experience. As always, we're not just here for you when we're getting compensated. We are here for you when you're perfectly happy in your home too. Is there anything you need at your home this season? Whatever that looks like. And again, change it if that doesn't make sense for you in this season of your career. Then just change it to what you feel like would be of value to them. Okay? All right. Another exercise, take 1 minute because I know we're getting to the end. My business has blank amount of clients, and what percent is repeat and referral? Does anybody in the room know the answer to this? Maybe a couple of you. So we served a little over 100 families last year, and 84% is repeat and referral business. So that's where I get the 84%, or 84 of those transactions were repeat and referral. So relationships in my database typically convert at blank percent year over year. Again, if you don't know these stats, take a picture of this slide and make sure that you build your business towards it, because this, for example, 20 sales per year is $150,000 GCI. And so if you're able to forecast and know year over year over year how much of your database is going to convert into future business, then you won't be on that roller coaster of the real estate business. This is where the system comes into place. So I just want you guys, I think are you guys finished at noon?
Yeah, we need about 5 minutes at the end for our vendor who is going to speak that provides lunch.
Okay, great. So I just want you guys to see, these are the sources that we are investing in this year. This is our actual business today. And so 17% of our business comes from agent referrals. So if you guys know someone that's moving to Charlotte, then give Cullen and Company a call and we would be happy to make sure that you get some mailbox money. That's where 17% of our business comes from. And Sarah, who connected me to you guys, she's an excellent partner in Atlanta area. And we have lots of agents on our team who also are looking, for partners. So it's a great opportunity to refer business back and forth from Atlanta. And so 6 of our sales, 17% is past client, 17% past client referral, and then 11% Sphere referral and Sphere, just our friends and family. So does this make sense?
Yes.
Awesome. Here's my contact information. If anybody needs me at any time, happy to share the slides. If anybody wants to email me for this actual presentation, I'm going to send it over to your leadership team also so that you guys can have it. And typically I offer a Q&A, but I want to be good stewards of your time.
Awesome. Rebecca, I do have a question. Can you just share like in a 30-second elevator pitch on like what your business looks like? Because I know like Sarah connected you, but I think people don't really know who you are as far as like what your world looks like. Would you mind sharing that?
Absolutely. Thank you. So Cullen and Company, I got into business in 2015. I was an investor in real estate since 2009. And so I was tired of paying people commissions. So I got my license. And I joined a team at that time. I was the lead buyer specialist for a team and ended up serving 80 families as a buyer specialist in 2017. I left that team in 2018 and started Cullen and Company. And we typically serve between 100 and 150 families per year, but we have a property management arm also. And so because I'm an investor, we have an acquisition business as well. And all of that is off of our books. We have a whole nother business for that. And so we have 180 doors in property management as well. And they just feed each other. So we have 13 people on our team. Most of them are in the residential retail space, but then we have a whole nother group that's in the property management side also. And our mega agent office is in the Fort Mill area. So we're part of the Fort Mill Market Center here. And we serve the entire Charlotte metro area, kind of like probably you guys do with your whole Atlanta area. It's a 45-minute drive from Center City, Charlotte, that we serve all around.
Got it. Okay. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, thank you.
Any questions for Rebecca?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
No, awesome. Well, I'm glad that Sarah connected us and we appreciate your time. And yeah, I'm glad you were able to take some nuggets away as well to take back to your team. And so yeah, this is what we call a win-win. So we appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you all. And I will hop off.
Awesome. Thanks, Rebecca.
Bye, everyone.